Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now some good news for Canelo fans. His promoter Eddie Hearn says, hey, John Ryder is the perfect opponent for him on May, whenever, Cinco de Mayo, right? So I'm pretty sure the Canelo fans breathing easy and pretty happy about that. Well, I was able to tell you, I'm not a Canelo fan, but I was able to tell you for a year and a half that that's who's going to be. After his fight with Daniel Jacobs, which John Ryder didn't win, and it should have been outraged for that fight. I've been telling you, well, it's not going to be outraged because they're grooming him for Canelo. And that's exactly what happened. The Zach Parker fight also was, unceremonial, or whatever. The guy, his hand got broke or fractured in the fight, and he stopped fighting, even though it was just his jab hand. We've seen others fight through things like that. But I knew that John Ryder is going to be the guy. Now, the point here is Canelo Alvarez is being treated like he's a prospect. If he needs to have training wheels still on him, why is he a good fight? Why is John Ryder a perfect one? John Ryder has 5 losses, a few where could have been a little bit closer. His last 2 fights have been, controversial. He did not beat Daniel Jacobs. He should have had to fight him again. He's not really blessed with that much punching power, and there's no way he's beating Canelo, right? That's what they mean by perfect, because people, I've seen this article, you scroll down and watch the comments. One guy just argued with himself, about 5, 6 comments in a row, just argued with himself, just talking about, well, everybody else that Canelo could possibly fight are bums. If it's Andrade, if it's Yanabik, who he was talking about, or anybody that's pretty good, Canelo shouldn't fight them. But then in the same sentence, John Ryder is okay. Guys, this would not be an issue if people would stop saying that Canelo is the best or even one of the best. Like we're saying that he's one of the top 5 fighters in the world. And some people are saying the best. That any other best fighter in the world that's really won, right? Is he going to be like a perfect fighter? Like, look, with Crawford, Evanescence was top 10 everywhere, right? That people are outraged that he fought this guy, even though he's getting paid a whole lot of money and he was trying to fight the very best. And in his mouth, at least Terrence Crawford would say, like Errol Spence, he would say, I want Jamel Charlo in his 4th weight division, the very best. Canelo can't even say, and he doesn't have anybody, no one can ever say the name Demetrius Andrade, ever. And Demetrius has offered his services for May 5th. Now, ask yourself, as a sport fan, who would you rather see Canelo fight? Demetrius Andrade in a competitive fight for more money, prestige, or John Ryder, a fighter that Canelo's definitely going to beat? We've seen enough of those, right? We've seen enough of those. But I know there's something wrong with you people, other than, the obvious thing is wrong with you, but something else, right? If you're okay with Canelo and John Ryder, then you've given up on this being a sport, right? We have to force Canelo to fight someone decent, right? And here's the thing. Well, he's going to get ready for Bivol. He's trying to get ready for Bivol, right? First of all, I don't think he's going to fight Bivol. First of all, you'll see, because Canelo's going to cross that bridge when he gets there and hope something else happens. Bivol messed up the plans by beating Gilberto Ramirez, right? Now, Canelo ain't fighting him either. But to fight Bivol, he was trying to avoid others, right? Now, the WBA also has ordered everybody to fight their regular champions to consolidate the belts, except for Canelo, because if they did that at 168, he would have to fight David Morrell. The WBC ain't forcing him to fight David Benavidez, right? So the whole 168-pound division is on lockdown, right? And all these fighters Canelo could fight, because if you think about it, John Ryder just became the mandatory, right? The WBO mandatory, right? And I've told you, if your boy Demetrius Andrade would have took that fight with Zach Parker, right? And I know people are like, well, he could have took that. The purse bid was won with $180,000, which would have been maybe what, 120 or 100 for your boy maybe 120 for Demetrius Andrade for a championship fight or a eliminator versus Zach Parker. That's blasphemous to tell a two-division champion that's been reigning champion for, you know, what, damn near 10 years now, and for the WBO. But they did that knowing he's not going to take it, inserted John Ryder, then boom, Canelo's going to fight John Ryder. And we're supposed to act like we don't see that. Canelo would not have fought this mandatory if Andrade would have fought Parker. And listen, everybody, you know damn well Andrade beats Parker and John Ryder and anybody else that Canelo has ever fought. The only one I think that could possibly beat Demetrius Andrade that Canelo has ever fought is Bivol. That would be a good fight because Bivol's naturally bigger. And he's also skilled as well. Everybody else, including Mayweather, I got Demetrius Andrade, right? And you do too. That's why you won't let him fight him, all right? And that's why you could keep saying he ain't nothing and this and that and this and who has he fought. But you say that to Demetrius Andrade, but are you going to say that to John Ryder, who has he fought? And don't say, well, John Ryder's the mandatory now. Demetrius Andrade been that. Canelo Alvarez been a mandatory for Demetrius Andrade, didn't fight him. He could have fought Demetrius Andrade for undisputed, right? So don't ask about that, who they fought, right? And who is the best fighter out there right now that Canelo could possibly fight? It's Andrade, Benavidez, David Morrell, those kind of guys. Jamel Charlo, those kind of guys. We got enough of them. But he's going to pick John Ryder? Yeah, I know, you're happy with that. But I'm not. That's why I'm doing this video. But anyway, yeah. Just like Eddie Hearn says, John Ryder is a perfect opponent for Canelo Alvarez. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.